Hello.
Hello, hello, everyone.
Good
Welcome.
morning, beautiful Georgiana.
Good
Thank you
morning, my
so
love girls.
much
How are
for
you doing?
another day.
The days are like blending into each other. Didn't I just see you yesterday?
And the day before. And the day before.
It's good though. I'm liking it. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us here, sharing your tips and your ideas.
I am loving, I know I always tell you, but I am loving your amazing product reviews on
Thank you.
YouTube. It is
Thank you.
like,
Thank you.
yeah, the other day, Carlos and I went out. We went clubbing, actually, for the first time in a long time. And then I said, okay, we are going to leave after Georgiana's call. And then he says, how come I feel like I'm listening to Georgiana every day? I'm like, well, you are.
Sorry, Carlos.
But I'm loving your reviews. Good morning, Natasha and Linda. Thank you for saying hello and for being here with us.
Good morning, ladies. Yes, so good to start off our day on a positive foot with you guys. It's always
Yes.
so good to hear from you guys. So let us hear what's happening with you guys in the
Mm,
chat. What are you guys working on? What successes you are seeing in your business? What new things are you doing for the season? We are now entering into fourth quarter. Next month is October. It's just 3 more months left to 2020. I know we're all like, go 2020, get out.
that's scary. That how this year has passed by, and it has been really a fast year. Natasha says, I'm studying reading from 10:15 to 12:15 today based on my schedule, but I had to stop and say hello. Really nice. Well, we
Thank
have
you.
a great topic. And involves also reading, but also listening and audio. So this is
Natasha's already on her personal development, which is so good. And she scheduled it. So I love that. We were talking last week about how important it was to make a schedule for yourself, your goals, your schedules, and your training. So Natasha's working on her schedule. So that's so awesome to see. Great job, girl.
I love that structure. You know, when you're working on a schedule, that means that you're going somewhere and you're really hold yourself accountable for your time and how your day goes. So, congratulations. Yay. Today, we're going to talk about something that it's very dear to my heart, and also Georgiana's. And last training, if you were here with us, we talked about. First of all, I loved it, but we talked about goals, and that's another subject that's so dear to our heart.
Go catch the replay.
Yes, we gotta look at what we do every day, not focus on the immediate outcome. Yes,
I
I
love that.
love it. You know, it's like when I look at how my past went, I tell you, I wanted to quit every day. I wanted to. I used to get so frustrated about my team, about non-performance, and I was so frustrated. I'm like, why don't can people get it? So then I said, well, Milagros, you know what? You can't be thinking like that. So I started adopting that you cannot look at the outcome of your day.
Mm.
You just have to, take it day by day, and a combination of so much that you do is what's going to create the success that you're looking for. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think that's where a lot of us get stuck. Just, you do something today and it didn't work, but you don't, I always say you have to think about the seeds that you're planting. It's like, my mom's a big gardener. I have the opposite of a green thumb. I have a radioactive green thumb. If I touch
You
it,
like
it's dead.
cooking, though. You like cooking, so it's
Yes. Give me the herbs, give me everything after it's grown, and I can cook it up into something that's probably unhealthy for you, but tastes good. But I find like we have to get in the mindset of being farmers, not hunters. We had the discussion, a matter of fact, we're going to segue into our topic, but there was a training that I was a part of a few years ago, and they had this, I think it was Donna Miles who gave this analogy of hunter versus a farmer. A hunter goes out, spears something, catches it, drags it back home, they're done for the day. But as farmers in business, I feel like if you're an entrepreneur, you have to get in the farmer mindset. You go out, you plant the seeds. You go out the next day, you water. You go out another day, you what's it when you fertilize. So
Yeah.
you're slowly growing these things, and it takes time, but after a while, a tree comes up where you planted those seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And it may even be that you don't even get to reap from that tree. There was another speaker, I can't remember her name, but she said, your generation may not even be the generation that reaps from that tree. It may be your children or your grandchildren, but you're also reaping from the trees that people before you planted. So sometimes it's not even about you in particular, it's about your generation. So, I think in this business, we talked a lot to parents, and they're thinking about setting their children up for the better.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's not about what happens in your lifetime, but what you start in your lifetime, and then what your children and your grandchildren and great grandchildren reap from that. And
Yeah.
we're always having this discussion about generational wealth. Lately, I feel like that's a topic that's been coming up a lot, where the parents leave wealth for their children and their children's children. And if you're in that mindset where you're just going out to hunt and it's only about you, you don't start to see that generational growth.
Yes.
So
Yes, I believe the hunters are the quick rewards. Let me sell a product, make money, and I'll do it all over again.
And you
It's
could do that. Like a small part of your income is hunting. You need a little meat with your salad. I know I love a little chicken with my salad, a little chicken and broccoli. But that's not going to be, if you're an entrepreneur, that you're 100% of your pie cannot be from hunting. You're going to burn yourself out.
Yes, you're definitely. It's a combination of both. I love that analogy. Yeah. So yes, hi Nita,
welcome girl. Hey.
So let's get started. Do you want to talk about products, or do you want to talk about?
I feel like we already started to go into that personal development discussion. So why don't we just keep it going? I know these ladies, we have some phenomenal ladies in the chat happening now. So share your feedback, guys. Join the convo. Let's hear what you guys are thinking. But today, Millie and I wanted to talk to you about the importance of personal development for your business. So again, farmer mentality, growing yourself as a person so that you're in a position, even if you're hunting, actually, I think you need to put in that time to develop yourself, because if you're a weakling, you can't go out and, go up against these animals.
You wouldn't even be a good shooter.
Yeah, you have to practice in anything you do.
Yes, everything requires skills.
What are some of your favorite sources or resources, I should say, for personal development? And you guys in the chat box, let's hear.
Yes, what are your favorite ones? We want to get some ideas, because I feel like I always talk about the same ones.
Natasha says you're going to get slaughtered. Oh, true.
That's funny. Well, my number one favorite is I started with Les Brown. Les Brown was really the one that gave me the courage. I have to get out there and get angry. You've got to be hungry. You've got to, make it happen. It's possible. So, when I heard it's possible, that totally changed my entire perspective of what I was doing and how I was looking at it. Because, nobody believes at one point that it is going to happen. but thinking that it's possible, then that actually keeps you going, and it helps me not give up. So my first one is Les Brown on, working on that anger that you have to have within you to, build the courage to say, I'm going to work at it. I'm not going to care what family members say. I'm not going to care what team member quits. I'm not going to care what happens if I had a bad day. I'm not going to care because I know it is possible. So I'm going to keep going. And that's what Les Brown did for me. And my second one is Earl Nightingale.
Yes. I think we all start off. He has influenced so many people. Yes.
Yes, he has. He was one of the pioneers on personal development. We got to listen to him at conference at the Avon conference one year, right? Which one was at Orlando? At the Orlando.
I think that was Darren Hardy.
No, at the Hilton Anatole in Orlando.
Maybe that was before.
Yeah.
We were doing the old rep fests before they had taken that break.
Yes. That was one of the conferences. I love that Hilton Anatole. That was a city. And the club. Avon, you gotta take us there again.
Dear Avon.
No, that wasn't. No, that was Dallas. The Hilton Anatole in Dallas. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I haven't gone to that one.
Yes, yes, yes. Earl Nightingale. We listened. We got a chance to actually bought all his audios. You've got to be hungry. It's a series of it's possible, it's done. There different audios that really help you move on to you're having the right mindset for the business. Yes, Natasha says Earl. Yes, Earl is kind of my like when I listen to Earl Nightingale, I'm like, did you just say that? I just love you. Love you. Say it again. Let me
replay.
Yeah, so that kind of, he really works on your personal values. To me, like having the right attitude, having the right positive energy. What do you think?
I love that. I think those are the key things that we sometimes forget. Sometimes we're so focused on, and I do this myself, I'm 100% guilty of this, but wanting to know what is it? What's the secret sauce? Why are other people finding success? What is it that they're doing that I can do? And while that is a part of it, I think a bigger part that we sometimes miss is your own focus and determination. If you want it badly enough, if your mind is set and focused, if you're determined, then whether or not you have all the knowledge or whether or not you have access to all the tools, once you put in your mind that you're going to do something, regardless of what's happening around you, then you will find a way. And I'm a huge believer in that. People say different things, the universe, I pray, I say, God will help me if it's for me. So, everybody has their own thing, but if you're focused on it and, that if you're just single-minded about what you want to accomplish, I do believe that things fall into place. You'll get opportunities that you normally wouldn't. And it just comes to, first of all, like you said, setting that goal. If you have no goal, guys, just goal setting is just so crucial. If you don't have a direction for where you're going, you're just going to go in circles and burn out. So first of all, having that goal, which we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks, but once you have that and you're focused on it, then things fall into place. You meet people that you normally, the connection just wouldn't be there. So I agree with you 100%. Earl Nightingale is, I think, where we all start off, because I feel like he was the founding father
Yeah.
of personal
Of everyone
development.
else. Of everyone else.
Yeah.
Hi,
And
Tracy. Yes, yes, Tracy, you're live with us.
oh yes, welcome, welcome. So I agree with those. I have to listen to more Les Brown. I've listened to a couple of his, I want to say podcasts, but his videos. Sometimes you share some and I'll listen. For me, some of the biggest ones, like I started off with Zig Ziglar. Natasha also mentioned
Mhm.
the Zig. Zig Ziglar,
Yeah.
I think, is another one of those founding fathers of personal development. Everybody sort of has reiterated the lessons that he's taught us, but
Yes.
Ziegler, definitely one of them. Darren Hardy, like I said, I heard him first at an Avon conference. I think it was in Orlando. I think that
Yes.
was also
Mhm.
Orlando. Um, so Darren Hardy was another big one.
The compound effect.
Yes,
Do
yeah,
now or pay later.
I love that. And for me, like sometimes you guys know me. I'm big on analogies because sometimes I feel like you just need to dumb it down. Do I want to eat this piece of cake and a scoop of ice cream and the brownie right now and pay for it later? Or do I want to be smarter about how I'm doing things? And again, that comes back to your mindset. Do I want to Netflix and chill this entire week? Or do I want to get up and spend 2 or 3 days working my business? Do I want to spend my whole day on my couch in my pajamas? Or do I want to get up, take some pictures, work on my blog, do my social media? So when you have that mind, like that small phrase is one of those phrases that kind of gets you that kick in the pants to get up and go out and do what you need to do. So I love Darren Hardy for that.
Yes.
Also Tony Robbins. Lately I've been listening to a lot of Tony
Oh
Robbins.
gosh, I know that is like your
My
yeah,
favorite.
you gotta give us some of that Tony Robbins experience.
I 100% recommend any of his trainings.
Mm.
I actually had a chance to, a coach invited one of his coaches to come speak to a group of us in our area. And through that, I ended up at one of his events, UPW. And they have it in different areas. I went to the one in New Jersey, but it was like a 3 day intensive, like you're just surrounded by positive people, energy. He goes through his training. So you learn, but you're also like just being in that atmosphere of growth and meeting other people, other entrepreneurs and business people, other people who have their mind. Like everybody there is just operating on this level. And
Mhm.
being in that atmosphere totally changed my perspective. Like you come out of it just feeling so hyped. But I think one of the main takeaways I get from him is um, getting yourself in that peak performance mindset where regardless of what's happening around you, making yourself so that you're tuned to doing what you need to do regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's happening around you. So, keep your energy up so that when the world is crumbling and when the world is on lockdown, you can still do what you need to do. So I loved UPW. I also took his business mastery course in Florida and stopped by to visit Milagros.
That was an honor.
I was so honored to stay with you. So that was a really nice weekend. I got Tony Robbins training live, and then I got one-on-one, spending time with Milagros. But all of these trainings that we're sharing with you guys, Tracy just said she just downloaded a trial of the I Am Journal. So yeah, all of these trainings that we're talking to you about, all of the people that we're mentioning, a lot of them you can find free. I've done paid for courses, but a lot of them are available on YouTube.
Would you share with us, Tracy, on a link, the trial? We would love that. And Natasha also, she mentioned that Spotify has a lot of the motivators. I have Spotify, but there's other ones too, like other music channels that you can listen. Yes, and I listen Pandora. She said Pandora, but I have Spotify, and I listen to Earl Nightingale, commercial free. So
Yeah,
thank you for that.
I never thought to use Pandora, but yeah, that's a great one.
Yes.
Pandora, Spotify. We also have a couple of other tools available to us in the perk spot. We have some
Yes.
special offers. So check those out. These are, we have, what is this, 10% off audiobooks.
That's amazing.
I don't know how Disney Plus. If anybody has seen any training on Disney Plus, we'll figure that out. But
Well, that's so I can definitely use this, sign up for Disney Plus and Hulu for how much?
a bundle for $12.99 and a $10 reward credit.
Oh, nice. I have Disney Plus, but I think it's not gonna be free after November. So I need to look
Yeah,
into
sign up
it.
with the coupon. They do have National Geographic. I find like when I'm working, it's nice to have National Geographic in the background. It's not like TV that distracts me, but it's something about that informative, the British European voices just get me in a mindset to work.
You just like Austin.
Nerds, yes.
Well, you know that just like you, he reminds me so much. Like both of you have a lot of the same personalities. Like you ask him for a topic, and he always has an answer to that. And you're the same way.
I feel
You
like
are so well educated with a lot of the topics. So
even that, a lot of it comes from just doing personal development. I mean, I get stuck all the time. A lot of the times when we're getting ready to do our Thursday lives, me and Milagros are like, what are we going to talk about today? What do we have? But we'll draw from experience. Like, okay, well, what is it that I learned this week? What is it that we're working on? What are we building on? So that sort of keeps things going. And one last thing that they have available in PerkSpot is this Knowable trial. So Knowable is a program where you can find like podcasts and like classes. So they have on startups, doing podcast speaking with confidence. So I think that's a great one that people can look into. Finding your personal style, money mindset. So there are a lot of great great
all those at Avon Perks.
Yeah, you can find that in the PerkSpot.
Oh wow. Yeah, I need to pay more attention to that.
Before I buy anything, I just go and check there to see if there's any discount on anything.
Oh, thank you, Nita. She's definitely on fire. I know that you are working towards something. And I get amazed because all of you remind me of how we started, how we always try to stay focused and positive. Look at that. Yes, you can do it. Something comes right to my mind. I had a family member. I'm not going to mention the name, but that person used to tell me, like we were always talking about, oh, we're going to buy our dream home one day. We're going to live here. And we always talk about dreams and goals when we didn't have anything. And that person, I remember that person telling me, I'm going to live in this apartment. They were rented for the rest of my life, and I'm going to live my life. And I said, I looked at the person and said, how could you do that? And I understood that their mind frame was not absolutely where we were at the time. And that person is still in the same frame of mind, in the same, limited condition. So think about what you really want, and that compound effect. If you're going to do something, start doing it now. Have no doubts of what you're doing. Make sure that is something that you really want. If you want to buy your house, go look at your house. If you want to,
always tells me that.
yes,
Start looking for houses. I'm like, I am not ready to buy a house. I want one. She's like, go look.
go look. I'm telling you, you want a luxury car. Some people say, "Oh, I want to drive a luxury car." Okay, what luxury car? Have you driven a luxury car? Which one is it? Go get in a luxury car. We were looking at the convertible Audi six years ago, or 4 years ago. Well, we didn't buy a convertible Audi, but we bought a convertible Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not like you're gonna step into something exactly how it is, but having that mindset telling you, okay, it's the same thing for the RV. I want to buy an RV. So have you looked at the RVs? So visit your dreams. It's really motivating, and you also talked about opportunities, Georgiana. When you mentioned that when you practice personal development, that you find different opportunities.
Yeah.
That opportunities come to you. So that's something to think about, for all of you who are really working to get ahead.
Yeah. It starts with you. And I think too many of us are waiting. Like my mom has the saying, and it frustrates me to high heaven, but she's like, one day your prince will come. And like she says that for everything. Like, so if I'm like waiting to buy a house and I'm like, I want it now, but I can't, and I'm frustrated, she goes, one day your prince will come. And her thing is, one day this will all happen for you. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not waiting for a prince. I'm going out and I'm going to be the princess who gets my own stuff. So it's, there's that shift of waiting for it to happen to you or waiting to be done for you and then going out and getting it. And so I think we need to make that shift. And, I agree with you, Milagros. I work with a lot of people who say that they want to do and have and be, but you could kind of tell they don't really believe it because their actions don't line up with that kind of mindset. So we do need to break those barriers. And for Nita, you asked the question about, what do you do now? I will tell you the best advice somebody gave me. It was actually a coach, but she wasn't my coach. But we eventually became friends. She's a good friend now. Janet, actually. Janet said to me a long time ago, you're an independent business person. I'm going to give you the tools you need so that you can run your business yourself. So in that moment, she took away my dependence on other people because I was having a problem with my coach at the time who wasn't coaching, who's the exact opposite of coaching, tearing someone apart instead of building them up. And, I was sharing this with Jen and she's like, I'm going to give you everything you need. She's like, this is your business. You have all the tools at your fingertips. These are the numbers you call. If you have a problem, you call this number. If you're looking for answers, this is where you look. And she kind of set me on the road. She took the training wheels off. She set me on a road to being a really independent business person. And that's when I started to do my own personal development, do my own training. And I can even, I thank her for getting me started, on that road, because if I was depending on people who were put in my life, managers and coaches, I would still be doing that right now. And I wouldn't have been able to move past that. So one of my theories, practices, habits, I don't really know what word to give it, but one of the things that I cling to is what is within my power. What ball is in my court that I can work with? How can I go out and get my own training? How can I create my own personal development? Whenever there's a class, even when I do the trainings that our company provides for us, I still go into Google and I do my own research. I've always had the mindset where I hear what people are telling me, but I never take it at face value. I always go out and do my own research. So Nita, I would encourage you, get in the habit of doing your own personal development, doing your own research, doing your own training, getting on YouTube, following other brand experts in the field, in your profession, in similar professions. What is it that you want to excel in? Google it and you will find answers.
Yes, I agree. And many years ago, I caught myself blaming a lot of other people that, oh, I have a bad manager, or I don't have an upline, or it's not the compensation plan sucks while everybody else is making thousands.
You can't make money at this.
Yes.
Let me go look at my bank account. Somebody told you wrong.
Yes. So it's, stop blaming people, stop blaming your team, you stop blaming your manager, stop blaming family members. We're all responsible for the outcome of what we get. So I like also to mention the network marketing training side. And one of my favorite is Eric Worre. He's Worre, and he has a lot of trainings. He calls his trainings Go Pro. So if you look at him on YouTube, he talks a lot about recruiting, bringing in the numbers into your network marketing and how to do certain things, influence people, because this business is about also influencing, your leaders. So you must influence your team to you know to do something, their job.
Do well, yeah.
Do well.
It's funny you talk about that. I liked, we didn't mention him. I don't think Natasha had him on her huge list, which I love, but Stephen Covey, 10 Habits of Successful People,
Oh, I have to
7
check.
Habits of Highly Effective Leaders, I think. He does have a leadership book, but it's that same idea of leveraging, like when we say influence, it's not influence in a pressure sort of situation, but you do have traits about you that people gravitate towards. So you can leverage that to help other people.
There you go. That is very well explained. Thank you, Georgia. What is the name Stephen and his last name?
Stephen Covey,
Covey.
Steven, no, Stephen
Okay.
Covey.
Will be so you guys, did you take note of that? Yeah.
David, he has a lot of different books, but I you can actually find the condensed. I read the books and I used to have them, highlight and everything, but you can actually find if you Google it, you'll find a YouTube video that summarizes everything.
Another book that I really enjoyed is by the DSWA, Nikki Kyohoho. I'm not sure if, yes, we all know Nikki. And she actually has two books that talks about network marketing. Is the Build It Big and
Build it big now.
more Build It Big.
Yeah.
So there's two. Yes, that's actually how I got the idea of my website and my Instagram profile, Build It Big Now. Yes, because I was inspired by Nikki's those two books. I've read multiple times, and it even I speak both languages. I'm totally bilingual. In one of her books, she talks about the Latino market. So when she talks about the Latino market, it kind of resonated with me because I was able to understand that I wasn't doing the same things for the Spanish market that I was doing for the English speaking market. So, I learned that they're social, they want more social, they want more attention. And it's really it's really a unique market that once you get it going, it can become a huge market. So for those of you who speak English, don't be afraid to recruit some Latinos. Yeah.
I love the tips you guys are sharing. Linda, that is one of my favorite books. Eat That Frog. I live by that because otherwise
I
I'm
love
that person.
Brian Tracy. I
Brian
love.
Tracy is so good. I can't believe we didn't have him on our list.
Yes, there are so many. I see you guys are right. We're being bombarded with all these
I
personal
know.
development. See,
I
I
knew
love.
it once we started. But the key thing though, one of the things I realized, we all know these people. We know these books, we've read them. The problem is when it comes to implementation, it's really not enough to know it. Some of the people I know drives me crazy. I'm not going to call names though, but they know everybody and all the sayings, the Les Browns, the Zig Ziglars. They've read the books, but it hasn't changed the way they think or behave. So it doesn't, we really have to, like, I love that we're sharing. And, I'm actually making a list here from the ones you guys are sharing, because I know I need to get back into some of these things. But I hope you guys are all taking, reading the comments. I've been trying to put some of them up so you can see in the video, but reading the comments and making your own list, because we all need to not just know these people, read them and listen to them, but implement them in our life. If it's just not enough to know them.
Mhm. I agree. It's and good that you mentioned that, because when I think that I need personal development, then I actually stop what I'm doing and schedule some time, at least an hour,
Yeah.
just and we I was having a conversation with someone, and then we're talking about the terminology haters. All of a sudden everybody has haters. I'm like, what are haters? So I started thinking, what are haters? And to me, I don't think people have haters. um, Probably some of you are going to disagree, but I, I don't think I have haters. I think that haters are people who are discontent with their life, and they are trying to find their way. So if you take some of those terminologies, like what was the other negative word
Oh,
that we
yeah. Millie and
talked
I were brainstorming about how we can take negative things and turn into a positive. And you said, like, argument, we could turn into a passionate debate, heated discussion.
Let's have a passionate debate.
It's true, because when you started saying it like that, it it really does. And it's actually a practice that I did. I had to do it myself a few months ago, because there were some things in my life that I was just stuck on. And yeah, I can share part of it, but some of it I probably shouldn't, because I don't want to offend anybody. But I found that Tony Robbins actually talks about that. So I'm glad you brought it up, because it reinforces what I learned elsewhere. But he said that when you have negative repeating thoughts, it starts to affect your behavior. And I've seen this in my own life.
Oh.
So I'm glad you're talking about it. But when you start to repeat those things, you start to believe it. And even scientifically, here's the nerd in me coming for you guys, but the neurological pathways in your mind, if you say the same thing over and over again, it becomes easier for you to think them, because the connections in your brains between those thoughts get shorter. So you can think the negative things faster than you could think the positive things. So you really have to reinforce and make that extra effort to say the positive. And what Millie is saying is a part of that. So instead of repeating the negative things to yourself, write down all the negative things that you repeat to yourself, and then, like, make a list, negatives and positives, and on the positive side, write the positive version of that sentence. So one of the things that I was struggling with was that I'm not a good leader, and it was a seed that was planted in my head a long time ago by someone else, and I didn't realize it, that it just stayed there. So I had to write down. I have a little bookmark in my planner, and I wrote on it, I am a strong leader. So every day when I opened my planner, I would see it there. And it takes time, but now I find myself, that you're a bad leader is not the first place that I end up. So with Milagros, if you're fighting with people, it's not, or if you're fighting with your team, or if you're fighting with your neighbors or your family, you're not fighting, you're having a passionate discussion. Or as Milagro says, you don't have haters. You have people who are unhappy with their life that are just taking it out on you.
Yeah, and they're trying to find their way, because if someone really doesn't like you, but they're still looking at your stuff, obviously they're like, wow, I like that,
There's got to be something, right?
yeah, it's gotta be. Why do I keep going back to her?
You have an addictive personality. You're adding value into the lives of other people.
So yes, it's important that mindset that you have, and that way of thinking, and how you attract certain people. If you are angry all the time, you're going to attract angry people. If you see yourself, screaming out the window to the other car, "Hey, slow down! Stop screaming!" Chances are that you're probably going to get into a car accident sometime, and all those things that you try. And the law of attraction. And The Secret. Remember that? Do you remember how popular The Secret got many
It's
years
still
ago?
popular. I didn't read it or see it, but
Yes,
I get the law of attraction.
yes. And being able to visualize, just like Linda said, she said goals in small steps, and love to check off each step and celebrate when the goal is accomplished. That's amazing. And those little stepping stones of celebration, and you know getting into, uh, successfully moving forward. It can be like, people might say, oh, millions. My millions might be somebody else's millions. I mean, you might want $1 million, while somebody else might want $2-3 million. So you know what I mean? What are your millions? Maybe your millions means happiness, maybe your millions means more friendship. So
You can't put
visualizing,
limits on your goals according
yeah,
to other people's small mindedness.
yes. I'm visualizing where you want to be. I always tell my husband, I'm like, I already know where I'm gonna live, the house that I'm gonna have, the view that I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
when here. And it's not going to be this house. We're not going to live here forever. That we love our house, it's our dream home, but we're looking
Enough
into, yes, I already know what the house is going to look like. I know exactly where I'm going, the car that I'm driving next. So make sure that all of you are totally empowered and visualizing, because network marketing has so many opportunities. You have so many opportunities to grow, and to attract all these opportunities. If you're poor minded, not goal setting, if you're always complaining, that's what you're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
behind you. But if you're positive and you continue to empower people, you're going to bring in so much of who you are.
Yep. And
In
remember, success looks different to different people. So keep that in mind. What does your success look like?
Yes, I love that. What does your success look like? Yes. I want to camp every day. I want to go camp. I want to go outside.
She's an outdoor person. I'm like, ew, bugs.
So yes, thank you so much, Janet. Yes,
Janet's here.
thank
Yay.
you. Yes, I'm a strong leader too. Oh, thank you. I expect a lot I think that I expect a lot from people. And that's just how I am. I'm sorry. I expect a lot. I do. Even from the people that live here with me, I really expect for people to do certain things. So,
I think it's having high hopes for people And sometimes that, you know, life gets in the way. Everyone has gone through their own struggles. We all have different influences planting seeds in our life. So sometimes we want better for people than they realize they can accomplish, and I think sometimes that causes friction. But I think it's a good trait to have, to expect people to be able to accomplish, you know, to believe in people, because I think we don't have enough of that in the world. We're sometimes so quick to tear down another person, I think because lack of anything better to do. But it's good to be in a community, and that's one thing I'm always thankful for, to be in a community of people who build each other up, even if we're not in the same business or in the same field or in the same area. Or even if we're in, like, theoretically in competition with each other, ignoring that and just wanting other people to succeed. I do. That's one thing I loved about this business when I came in. The majority of people really is like, there are no haters, and I'm like, well, but the majority of people have that mindset of helping and encouraging one another, and I love that.
Yes, I love how you put it. See, it's two different ways of looking at things, two different ways of analyzing and interpreting, you know, what it is that's in you, and that you want to come out, but you don't know how. That's what personal development will definitely do for you.
Yes, yes.
And I see that everybody's here is on the right direction. Tracy says that she likes being debt free. She visualizes, yeah, you know, visualize being debt free and do it, because a lot of people want to be debt free, but they also want to go on vacation.
And
And
buy stuff they don't need. Shopping spree every weekend. You
yeah,
can't have both, people.
yeah, so as long as you visualize it, you know, everybody gets into debt somehow throughout their lifetime. And I know we were there for many years. We were there. We were so into that that it was like very stressful. Paying Peter, what is it? Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That was me. Okay, you gotta stay here this
Yeah,
month.
just moving the money around.
So, you know, we have always, everything was not like, you know, fine and dandy and happy colors. The thing is that we choose not to talk about those unhappy moments until we are over that. So, you know, don't talk about how broke you are on social media, because you're not going to get $1 million to pay for your debt. But you could do something about it. You could set that goal. You could realize that you're broke and that you're want to pay your debt, and then, you know, just start putting things together to make it happen, one goal at a time, you know. um, Debt free, then move on to something else, saving, going on vacation. But you can do it. You can do it, Tracy. I believe in you. We believe in
And
you.
Nita, don't feel like working to get debt free means that you can't travel, because I know for sure your company has free vacations. So that was me. I said, I can't afford to travel, but I'm going to do my best to earn these free trips.
Mhm.
And the last few years, that's how I've been traveling. So every
No.
place that I've been outside of the US has been a free vacation. So don't discount those vacations. But yeah, definitely having that, that's why, again, we keep going back to goals, but that's
Mhm.
why it's so important to have clearly defined goals, because then all of the distractions come out of the way. For me, I mean, I was also struggling for a few years to become debt free, because I had graduated with a lot of debt. I went to college with no, I paid for my own college, and I didn't have anything saved up to help with college, didn't have any help from family. So college tuition was all on me. And it is for a lot of people out there. But I know for years, my family would joke, the phrase that I used was, it's not in the budget. Instead of like, I can't afford that, it was like, I have a budget, because again, changing your terminology, I have a plan for where I want to be. And right now, buying these random things, it's outside of the money that I've allocated. So it's just not in the budget. A lot of the things that weren't in the budget then, I was able to save up for later. Or if I really wanted it, then I budgeted for it and saved and, was able to purchase it. But there were other things that, because I was focused on, because I had clearly defined goals and I had my mind like, okay, I need a new car because the one I was driving was a beater. I want to save up to buy a home. There were things that fell into place and opportunities that were created. I was able to purchase a new car last year. There, different things happened. Thank you. I took pictures and I just keep forgetting to share them. But it was through my business, an opportunity came up.
Your car.
I have to share. Literally last winter, I took pictures and they're still sitting here.
Oh,
but you guys never know.
That's a win. Good job. See,
but we can do this, guys.
Yes, I would really love for all of you to make the commitment. If you're here listening to this, make the commitment to devote at least 1 hour of personal development and network marketing training. Those two things. Work on you, and then find tactics that you can implement to grow your business, your network marketing business. So 1 hour, you can be doing the dishes, you could be riding your bike, you could be running. Instead of having that music in the background, just start listening to some of this personal development.
Agreed. Instead of letting it be the TV, my mom always used to say to us when we were younger, the TV will always be there. Like when we wanted to watch TV instead of doing our homework, she always used to say those shows will always be there. And at the time I was frustrated because I was like, I'm missing out on what all the other kids in school are watching to do my homework. But now, like, especially this last few months, I've seen all of the shows, Family Matters, the stuff that we were watching. I'm dating myself right now, but all the stuff that were on when we were kids that I didn't get to watch, I get to watch it now because there's just so much time. But you have to say, at that time, my schoolwork was the most important thing. So it was more important for me to do that. The shows I always caught up on. The shows will always be there. Instead of watching Netflix and chill, take 1 hour. We're not saying don't watch any TV. So, everybody has their own downtime, but set aside just 1 hour instead of 4 or 5 hours of TV. Make 1 hour personal development. It's, just because you don't have to starve yourself to build success or build your personal development. It's about working it into your schedule, making time for these things. While you're going for your run, I love to listen to personal development when I'm tossing brochures. And I also say that's my exercise. So I kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
I love it. It's just kind of blocks you against the no. It's like somebody's saying no to you. Okay, I'm listening to Earl. I'm not listening to your no's. So it's like, for a while, I used to think that I am not a good recruiter. So I started thinking, I'm not a good recruiter. I don't know how to recruit. I don't know how to. But then as soon as that, I changed that. Yes, I completely saw a different change into what I was doing. So, look at those things that you say to yourself and those things that kind of you don't want to hear it, but you're still saying it to yourself, and
reverse it.
Yes, reverse it. Like you said, you are a great leader. Georgiana, you're a great leader. Milagros.
Keep saying it until it's true. You're not stuck. This is the season you're in. You're in a growth season, or you're in make up something. It doesn't matter what it is. What's most important is that it shifts from negative to positive. But I think we'll probably wrap it up, Millie. We've gone over time, but we've had some really great stuff to share.
We let's go to our product real quick. Thank you so much, all of you, for your comments.
We're loving the comments.
Tracy says she uses your example, Georgiana, with her prospects.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. That should help.
Yes, that she listens to trainings and podcasts when she's walking her dog. That's great. And yes, and who else?
Natasha, she says she loves to exercise on the bike while listening to personal development and reading for leisure. School or building herself up.
Well use of your time. Anita, go look at that dream car because after my magic Mercedes, I want a magic Bentley, convertible Bentley. So
She's got her mind on it already. She's there. Get it. Yeah, Nita, you have all the tools you need
yeah,
at your fingertips, especially in this day and age. We're in that information era where, I think they call this the information generation, but a lot of us just aren't doing the research. A lot of the information is there, but we're so fast to talk and, say stuff, then do the research. So,
yes.
Millie, what have you got for us product wise? What are we sharing?
We are talking about the red ginseng
Love this stuff.
ampules. Ampules, is that how you say ampules?
Yep.
Ampules.
Yep.
I was my ampules.
The little bottle.
I
Ampules, vials. They just want it to be fancy. It's a little bottle.
Look, and it also comes with an extra packaging. So just Avon.
Oh, right. It does come in the protector box. And they have two. They have the ampules and then they have the pouches. They call that the essence, the royal essence. So there are two versions available.
I just love the way that you describe what this product does. So you're more technical than me. I like this one more than the pouches because I think that this is more concentrated.
You're right, though.
Yeah.
You're right. You're definitely right. They a lot of people have been asking what's the difference. So do you want to tell us, like, from your experience, what you saw as the difference?
Well, my first experience was with the ampules.
Okay.
And I was at the beginning, I was surprised when I tried it because it doesn't have a bad taste. For those of you who can drink things that taste horrible, I can drink. I can drink horrible things, but I recognize when they're horrible. But this is not horrible. This is something that you can keep right next to your coffee maker. So in the morning, this is what I have first while my coffee is getting brewed. This is what I have. I love it.
I have to have mine before, like, before my coffee. I just take this, and even though the vial looks like relatively big, you can really just down it. A couple of gulps and it's gone. I don't even really taste it, but it's not. If you read the description, it says that it's bitter. It does have a earthy taste. I would say more earthy than like bitter.
Mm-hmm.
When I think bitter, I think like lemon. It's not lemony. It's not that like tart lemony flavor. It's just more earthy than other foods. But like I said, we're islanders. If you watch my video, I did a video on it early in the week. If you check out my channel, but Millie is right. The main difference between the ampules and the pouches or the essence is the content. The ampules contain 18 milligrams of the highest genocide content. Not genocide, ginsenoside. Those are two different words. And then the pouches have 12 milligrams, but then the ampule also has the added LG-MIX, which is a couple of different roots: Asiatic dog root, Rehmannia root. It has some added ingredients, but when you order it, they give you a little brochure with the description of the pouches versus the file, so you could read up and see what the difference is. Yeah. This one is pricier because it's a higher concentration.
Mm-hmm. So that's why. And yes, you know how much I like shots. So to me, it's a morning shot.
Shots.
Just
yeah, they're both available, guys, on sale. The pouches are $160 and the ampules are $250. So we've been getting a lot of questions about people asking, like, what's the difference? Why is the price so different? It's higher concentration.
Mm-hmm. I look nice. Like when I go camping, I Carlos already knows when he brings me my coffee, he takes one of these, then my coffee, and that's what I have with an empty stomach. I didn't have one today, so that's why I was drinking one in front of all of you. So it's totally safe to drink. It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, I wish how they have like, if you, that term smell-o-vision, I wish you guys had taste-o-vision where you guys could taste it. I wish there were samples of it, but it doesn't taste bad at all.
Yes, I know. Yeah, like I have my ginger shots with lemon in the morning.
If you can do ginger shots, you
My
can drink anything.
my ginger shots with lemon and garlic. That's my yes. Or I take like a whole bunch of raw garlic. You have to work up to increasing the dosage. You got to start little, and then you have to. But that's my routine.
I can do one clove of garlic and then I'm miserable. I pour it I take the clove and chop it up, put honey on it, and I have to take it that way so that the honey just kind of coats my throat because I don't want that to touch anything.
Oh, I love my juicing. So now I have been doing a lot of juicing, but you know what? I've had this juicing machine for years. Yeah, it's really good, and it only cost me $100. So you don't have to get like this expensive kind of thing. But the secret is that you have to leave it on top of the counter
Where you
because
see it. Yep.
yeah, you forget. Just like the vitamins, if you're taking vitamins, put them on top of the counter. Your ginger shot, put it on top of the counter. That way you can see it and you can drink it before your coffee.
Yep. Put it somewhere where you'll see it.
Yes, anything that you do for yourself, it's great. And I'm loving our natural products. I can tell you, my hair is growing.
Yeah, you've been talking about the Dr. Groot.
Oh yes, I love it. I love, love, love. I have it here. I actually did a video yesterday in Spanish, but I keep this one in the bathroom. So I know we off subject.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's all top because we are moving towards products that are, I keep saying this, like as I do my videos, products that are good for you, not just stuff that you put on.
Mm-hmm. Like I have this friend of mine. I support a lot of the other direct sales companies. Like I try their shakes, their protein bars, things that we don't have. And I also like to try their products. But my friend, she does Monat.
Mm-hmm.
And she always tells me, Milagros, your hair is gonna grow with our products. And I feel bad because I don't want to tell her, we already have hair growth products. I'm like, well, can you recommend something else so that I can help, so that I can support your business?
Yeah, but we got that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy things for the hair because I'm already. So yeah, I feel happy that
common problem.
I feel happy that this is.
We have so much, but
yes, thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Millie, those great products. I've been doing my ginseng shots since you recommended it. Tracy, I think it was Tracy. Yeah, Tracy, I did a video in detail about the benefits of ginseng and the taste, the look of this product. So it's on my channel, youtube.com/Georgiana H.
Yeah.
I'll put a link in the comments box for you, but you can check that out. It's more detailed because I had a little more time. We have more time to go through.
She has been doing, she actually did a great review on the red ginseng. So what I'm loving about Georgiana's reviews on her channels, like when I try a product, I'm like, oh, that feels good. Oh, it's good for my skin. But I am not good at, retaining like ingredients.
I'm sorry, change that to something positive.
Okay. So see, well, I just love how it sounds on you more. So I can listen to your reviews and I'm like, ooh, I fell in love with that product again. So, Yes, definitely listen to her product reviews. She's been having a lot of great videos live at 8 p.m. So join the chat. Uh, you do a great job interacting with everyone on your
Thank
chat.
you. I love the discussion. Natasha, if you click on the video underneath the YouTube video, there's a little share link. You can click share, and then you can either click Facebook or Twitter, what channel you want to share it on, or you could click copy if you just want the link, and that will give you the link to share wherever you want. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it, and I'm even for myself. They always say that the best way to learn about something is to teach it. A lot of the products, like just like you, Milagros, I use them. I like them. You have your own personal experience, but I think in doing the lives, I've been researching into the ingredients so that I can explain what it does to everybody. And a lot of these products, even though I've been using them for months, some of them even years, I've learned a lot more about them and the benefits. So it's cool.
So definitely, this is please buy for your health. Yeah, you cannot uh, afford not to put this in your body in the mornings. The energy, the antioxidants. We got to start taking care of ourselves. So, and Tracy said no. I saw no to garlic. Okay. Well, how about
it's good for you? It just tastes.
it's like sometimes when I take the garlic on an empty stomach and I start getting nauseous and like cold, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? So then I start drinking water because I just had too much. Or like if it makes me feel like that, then it must be doing something good. So yeah, take care of yourself first. We get oil changes for our cars. We get um, insurance for our cars. We do maintenance on our cars. So why not have maintenance on
For our
us?
body. You're right. I never thought of it like that. You
Yeah,
do protect your personal property. Your body is, there for your whole life. Why not protect it? Good
yeah.
point.
So I think that's all for today, all of you. Well, I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. with
Yes.
Georgiana.
Join me. It's good times. Today we're fundraising for breast cancer awareness. Every Thursday is Think Pink Thursday. So I have some pink products, some pink fundraising products that we'll be sharing. But Natasha, I shared the link to the playlist where I have all my live streams. So if you don't want to share video by video, if you just want all the videos, you can take that link to the playlist and you can see everything. It kind of helps to just have everything in one place.
Yeah.
We also have a playlist for these videos that I do with Milagros. That playlist is called, I think, Business Building Ideas. Yes, Avon Business Building Ideas. So that you guys can see the live streams with Milagros, and the playlist for my evening 8 p.m. live streams is called Stream With Me, but it's going to be changing to Stream with G as a recommendation from you guys. But thank you guys all for your feedback, for joining us, for chatting with us and sharing your tips.
We had a lot of fun. Thanks to
Yes.
you who commented. Thank you, Janet. I will see you tonight. I know you'll be there, Nita. Thank you so much. I get to see you again tonight.
Yes, morning, and we bracket our days.
Maybe I can wear my pink hula hula skirt. Pink
Yes. Get in the mood of the pink theme. I love it. I love it. All right, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight at 8. Bye.
Bye.